Riggedy racket!
This is a story about an ordinary teddy bear. When he was made, they found something wrong with him and threw him away like a piece of rubbish into an old dark storeroom. Then, from outer space, a spotty man brought him to life with his cosmic dust. He took him to a magic cloud where Mother Nature.
I love it when it just puts random gaps in its mint.
Powers.
I'll fucking leave the mic now, eh?
That bear became Super Ted.
We are here with terrible audio, but don't worry because the audio is only going to get worse. What with us playing Sherlock Holmes, Silver Earring. Fuck this, man. Oof, changed my mix a bit, it's a bit loud. I was enjoying the opening jam. Right, check it out, I've got fucking, I finally put sidebars in. Last time I said, oh, I swear, I thought it was, it stretched out for you guys, but no, I actually mentioned in the first stream that I just not bothered to do them. But it's fine. It's fine. We're going to work out what we're doing. We're doing some shit with Watson, I guess. Did I just get a message? My phone just did a vibrate and a colour surround as if I had just got a message. Anyway, right, so we got to start this shit by reading our new things which exist. Here they are. Right. Oh, reading. Oh, as if your boy can be asked to read. Okay. Report by Inspector Lestrade. Our auditors who specialise in financial malfeasances? What? Whatever. Have noted certain irregularities in the books kept for Bromsby Enterprise. In specific, recurrent and increasing diversions of monies have occurred. These misappropriations are trifling amounts compared to the scale of these holdings, but nevertheless they are still questionable acts. We suspect that the funds were appropriated by H. Grimble to benefit a small company in India, of which he is an owner or shareholder. He may have been preparing for a comfortable and happy retirement there. We sent 2 of our best men to audit the books to discover if there were any additional irregularities. Until now, there were no results. But should our initial findings be confirmed, Mr. Grimble could say farewell to his position. Oh my god, there's so much more. What up, Nits? How you doing? At Bromsby Enterprises and to any related claim to the succession. When I first... Is there more? No, this is the last page. When I first interviewed Mr. Grimble, we had not yet established these facts, so we did not question him on these points. We did take note that on the night that Mr. H. Fowler was murdered, Mr. Grimble claimed he spent the entire evening at his residence. Since Mr. Grimble is not married and is the only resident of his mansion, we have found no one to confirm his statement. Mr. Grimble was familiar with Mr. Fowler and his house, as he visited there several times with Sir Bromsby. The documents discovered at Mr. Fowler's home proved that he had been informed by Sir Bromsby of Grimble's financial misappropriations. Here is another item of singular curiosity. Mr. Grimble and Mr. Fowler were quite similar in appearance. Dun dun dun! Wong Jay. The aggressor, Asian by birth, was identified as a certain Wong Jay. He is well known in certain undesirable districts, and along the docks of the Thames, Wong Jay was regularly involved in brawls, primarily scuffles with with ponces. Does that say ponces? Please tell me. Oh, it's either ponces or nonces, and either way, it's funny. It's not an N, obviously, because that's ponces, isn't it? Wong Jay was regularly involved in brawls, primarily scuffles, with ponces. He was sentenced on 3 occasions for small crimes. According to the authorities from the police station near the docks, he was a debt collector for a local criminal band. But for some time, he had also been officially employed as a fire thrower in a cabaret act that had been booked at the Old Fairfax Theatre when it was still open. We haven't gained the upper hand yet. Right, good, only 1 page of that. Only page of this, only the 2. Right. Report by Inspector Lestrade. Another one. With the assistance of official contracts, I managed to gather some elements from the file of Lieutenant Harrington, which will contest the testimony of the latter. Indeed, though he brilliantly performed at the officers' school and received the top honours in every discipline, he was also punished from time to time for a lack of proper respect towards the rules and authority. Thus, he found himself assigned to a penal battalion in India. That's the same P as earlier. It was definitely Ponce's. Hilarious. While stationed there, despite his brave acts, it's Gay Pride Month, by the way. Fucking respect the motherfuckers. While stationed there, despite his brave acts, he incurred the wrath of the military hierarchy because of his behaviour as a daredevil. His file indicates that he rashly decided to resign his commission in the active military to join the reserve forces. He then left India to go to South Africa. No doubt the court will be hard-pressed to believe the testimony of a man whose passion gains the upper hand over his reason. Dun 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 dun! Fuckery. Right, we're good. Leno. This is a chit-chat we had earlier. Not a problem.
The
right.
devil, this mystery darkens.
What?
This investigation provides us with a new corpse every day. Come, Watson, you can read that later.
Do I have a message this time, or is my phone just... Why? Why are you doing this to me? It carries on vibrating, right? And then doing this colour surround thing on the darkened screen to indicate that I've had a message, and I just have not. And it's just lies and slander, and what are we doing? Hunter's house, I guess.
It looks like we are in the midst of the Bromsby workers' demonstration.
Oh, I really don't want to think. Playing a Sherlock Holmes game is all about the thinking.
29 Strokes Alley.
Is that how long it takes you to come there? 29 strokes. Penis Battalion, exactly.
By Jove, if it isn't Sherlock Holmes.
It fucking
Hello,
is as well.
Appleby. You're always nearby when there's a whiff of gunpowder in the air, aren't you?
Of course, Mr. Holmes. But what are you doing here? Aren't you working with Inspector Lestrade on the Bromsby investigation?
Appleby, I have every reason.
Why?
That
Why
the murder
this
of
shot?
Hunter
Who
directly
okayed
relates
this?
to that very case. May I ask you to tell me what you know, and then give me leave
Back
to
him up,
examine
son.
the scene?
Back
Of
him up.
course, Mr. Holmes.
What are the facts?
Last night, between 9 and 9:15,
The
a
facts
fellow
are,
came for
my
me.
phone's at
I was
39%,
the
that's
pub,
probably
which
enough to
lies
take the charger
down
off
the
for the
lane.
time being.
He told me that there was the sound
We're going
of
to bring up the
a shot from
walkthrough
this
early
bungalow.
because honestly,
When
who
we
gives
got
a
here,
shit?
the door was locked. After the
Why am I
landlady
on-
got a
why
key,
am I on my
I
protein?
opened the door.
I don't
There
want to think
saw
about
the dead
protein right
man
now.
lying on the floor. And here we are.
What did you do next?
Incredible voice acting.
Well,
Why the
Inspector
shot?
Gregson is in charge of the case. He's due to arrive today to start the official investigation. At least they've removed the body.
Spectacular. Simon Hunter.
Do you have any further details about his death?
He was killed by a bullet right through his heart. There was just one shot.
I'm going to
At
write
first
this one
glance,
down.
It appears to have been a small caliber weapon. His landlady told me that he was a common fellow with nothing to remark about, no friends to speak of, not even a lady friend.
A lonely soul.
He has been staying here for 2 years. The landlady told me he spent most of his time with this flower garden. Indeed, I can't believe that somebody could murder a man because of his hydrangeas.
Right, what I've written down is we've seen it before, but this is too much. Expert framing. Good. Trev's here as well. We are getting the crew together. You know what? I don't think we've seen Haman since last year. Have we? We talked to her in the group. See her on Facebook. I don't think she's been in the stream since that Euro Truck Simulator thing. 31 point many ones degrees centigrade. That's quite warm. I think we probably got to 26, 28, something like that today. Either way, it's humid as
Who
fuck,
has
bruh.
been inside?
Only myself and my assistant to help with the removal of the body. The landlady made her identification of the man after he was removed and then left for her sisters.
Anyway, if people want to hang around, I'm probably going to do... I mean, it normally takes about 2 hours to do a day of this game, right? So once I'm done with that, I'm going to knock off 10 minutes maybe, relax, get me new frames together so we can have a listening party for the new Greaves record, which is entirely instrumental, and it's not with rhyme sayers, which means Warner Music Group are not involved. So I think we might be alright. Kinda.
Have you found anything?
If
in
we
the
get
room
fucked,
that
I'll just
points
message
to
him
the
and be like,
murderer?
yo, can
For
you
the moment,
do something
no.
about this?
When I
And
entered
he'll
the
probably be
first
like,
time, the window
"Aight."
facing the street was open. I closed it and secured the shutters as well. It is possible to expect anything with those demonstrators in the streets. Does this advance the investigation of the Bromsby case?
If you could wait for me here, Watson. Could you open the room for me now, Appleby?
I wasn't listening. I just want to get an idea. Hunter is the wait, what? Click on the map to go to Hunter's house. Yes. Read about Hunter's murder at the document page in the notebook. Okay. Hunter is the bartender at the Bromsby party. Remember, enter the... Wait, what? He was the bartender and he's a dead boy. We have things to read. Things to read, my favourite. Last night at about 9 o'clock at 29 Strokes Alley, Miss Linford, a peaceful landlady from the Soho district. Soho district. Bit sus. Speaking of the Soho district, we watched Cruella last night, and there is a scene where Cruella and the Baroness are in a restaurant, and I've been in that restaurant with Sam. We ate at a table like about 4 or 5 feet away from where they were sat for the scene. Cool. Anyway, her dreadful sounds coming from one of her bungalows. Overcoming her fears, she asked one of her tenants to call for the police. The first officer of the Night's Watch, Sergeant Appleby, not Jon Snow unfortunately, found the body of the tenant, a barman from Hartford agency named Simon Hunter, dead from a revolver shot. The evidence reveals no motive for his murder, as the young man had neither any valuables nor an impetuous private life. Unbelievable. I walk in 4 miles in this heat today. Well, that's just ridiculous, isn't it? How many steps have I done today? Motherfucker. Nearly at 13,000. And that's just working. I've not gone for a walk. Hey, Streamlabs.
It's a trace of human blood.
You're not even looking at it. You just knelt or you've contaminated the crime scene, you absolute clarts. Right, that's definitely a message. It was as well. My PT. He's having a rough day as well. Sketches?
This is brand new.
Brand new.
This is brand new.
This is also brand new. Oh.
This is brand new.
Fuck me, Dad. Right, that's it. Just there's some brand new stuff. Like the Grease record that we're going to listen to in a couple of hours. Oh, awesome. Does that mean I get to fucking send you a taunt now? Look at how tall this cunt is. He's banging his head on fucking beams. £16! That's fucking mad. How long have you been going for, dude? I lost like fucking, I don't know, half that. And I've probably put it all back on because I've just stopped giving a shit again. What does the game want from me? Why have I got liquor? I'm just going to cheat. I don't give a shit. 2 weeks! You've lost over a stone in 2 weeks. That's fucking mental. Oh, there's a footprint on the windowsill apparently. Do you see it?
I need something.
Yeah, there it is. It just looks like a shadow to me, but
This
sure.
footstep is incomplete. It is larger than a size 8, but smaller than a 12.
Probably a
Someone
10
used this
then.
window to leave.
Cool. We're done. We're done here. I just want to have my
Thank you,
hangout
Uncle
stream
Dick.
now.
I have learned nothing conclusive. Tell me, Watson, would you mind strolling in the garden to wait for Gregson?
Yeah, I suppose that'd do it, dude. Let me check my old fitty bitty. Apparently, I've done 3,712 calories today by walking 12,969 steps over 41 floors. I've covered 5.99 miles. All I've been in is a kitchen and behind a bar. It's fucking outrageous, isn't it? But I'm ruining all those calories now by drinking beer. Right. Well, thank you for thinking that's good. I'm not so sure. It's all... See, for me, I want to get rid of the belly. But a priority now over that has become just lift weights, mate. Lift weights. Just get massive arms and call it a day. Right, go to the garden, go down the path and enter the greenhouse from the bottom of the screen. Let's have it. Run. Run, Sherlock. Go on, you fucker. Right, here's the thing. I kind of want to do it on my own, but at the same time, I really don't give a fuck about this game. So, let's not give a fuck and just cheat. Look close at potting table on the right. We've done that. Check the 2 small pots of some plants not from England.
Nothing of any interest here. Some of these flowers are not from England. Nothing
There's
of
one
any
back there.
interest here. Nothing of any interest here.
Go to the other potting table by the long wall. Is that a urinal? What the fuck's that doing it, dirty bastards? Just pissing all over the garden. What's your heart rate get
What
up
in
to,
the
dude?
name of reason are you looking for, Holmes?
Looking for your mum, Watson, you fucking ape.
What a curious small flower.
Da-da-da.
Bills for the sum of £21.
I would like
Watson, we
£21,
need
please.
security
Someone
items
immediately
with all
donate
under
21
this
English
ticket.
pounds.
With all due haste, could you take care of it? We shall meet this evening at Sherringford Hall.
All right, Holmes.
Let us return to Baker Street.
Lose weight, fuck the weights. I can't do both. Peak at 153. Brad, that's fucking resting during a fucking workout for me, man. I'm up to like 170, 180 as a rule, man. I was having a session with. Was it actually with Sam? Yeah, me and Sam were having a session together with Val earlier in the week, and I finished one set of whatever the fuck we were doing, and my heart just went. I just dumped down. I was like, I think I might die. I didn't have my watch on. I'd not had it on most of the week because it snapped off in my sleep, and I just couldn't be arsed trying to find the cunt. So she slung her watch on my wrist just to see what my heart rate was at. She clocked it at 189. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I was on the verge of a heart attack. It was horrible, dude. Horrible. But I had a session a few days later. Not even a paid for PT session. It was just literally me and the dude that is my PT working out together. He just told me what to do, and we did the same thing. Like, he was working out, I was working out. It was fun. I know, right? 185 was bad. But I said 9. 189. Peak that shit, motherfucker. Having a rough old time. Right. Pick up the small flower pot and take the... Yeah, we did that. Back to Baker Street. Apparently. We have new things. Yep. Yep. Yep.
We must learn the identity of the dead man discovered in the cement factory. Let's examine
that's
his
a thing.
belongings.
Moochie's belongings. Do we have his belongings? Oh yeah,
A bottle of liqueur from the Richmond Abbey. I must have a book that speaks about this abbey.
I'm yet to feel better. Right. Book. Bit of book. And what is that same thing? I've not eaten today.
Richmond's Abbey. I believe it was built in the 15th century. Let's visit this place, but in disguise.
In disguise?
See if this
Awesome.
place is located on the map.
No, let's click on these things. Golden exotic jewel. 2 days. Date 2 days. And there's that. Okay, right. So, now we go to the map. There it
Let's
is.
visit this place, but in disguise.
Okay, so I need to get a disguise out. How do we do that? Click on the door left of the fireplace. That involves Holmes walking around this fucking place. Fuck me dead. He looks like Max Heel. To the point, I'm actually going to take a picture of that and be like, pretty sure this is Max Hill. Send it to the boys. Where the hell is that group? Why do I not have that group handy? Oh no, I do, because it's called All Hail Terry now. Hilarious. Right, get up, walk on empty stomach, get home, eat 5 egg whites, 1 egg scrambled with half cup of oatmeal and strawberries. Breakfast. Huh. That's... Did I send you my fucking, like, list of shit I'm supposed to do? Because I'm meant to get up and walk on an empty stomach, then come home and eat fucking 5 egg whites. Egg whites are so rank. Chicken and broccoli. Lovely. I think that's one of Tom's meals, that. Chicken, broccoli and rice. Or is it just broccoli and rice? Mandem does forget. Alright. Approach the gates of the Abbey. Click on the small window. Okay, let's go. let's go. Oh wow.
Yes, my son?
I am sorry to disturb you, brother, but
There's a whole bunch of different
well,
images
you see,
here.
I
So
have
this is
a matter
clearly
of
gonna be a
great
nightmare.
importance which led me here, and I'm certain that you may be of help. Well, I am looking for my brother. Not a brother like yourself, but rather my brother by birth. He might have joined
Unsure
the
what
order,
40
but
grams of
I
protein
think
shake
it
is.
unlikely. You see, he has not always chosen the right path in life. I recently learned that he had
I
had
also
some
have
troubles,
shakes.
and I have been frantic to find him. One
Couple of
his
scoops of
acquaintances told me
whey,
that my brother
some
had spoken
creatine,
of Richmond's
and
Abbey.
something else
My
I forget
brother's
the name
name is
of.
James Little. Perhaps you know of him? If I ask you some questions, would it trouble you? It would at the least help me to learn whether he is here. He is unaware, but recently we received a small inheritance. I think if he were told of this, it would ease his mind and help him put these troubles behind him. This forest is most impressive.
It is very large. If someone
Thank
were
you.
to hide in there, it would be most difficult to find them.
Rinse, repeat. Nice.
The Abbey produces a fine liquor, doesn't it?
Yes, we distill a liquor that contains medicinal herbs.
Are you
It
making
does allow us
Benedictine,
a
fam?
small income, but it also can attract certain rascals. That's why we are mindful of inquisitive strangers.
Have there been any burglaries?
Oh, we do get the occasional tramp. They sometimes seek shelter in the old ruins that lie in the midst of the forest. They have been known to trespass into our sacred cloister, seeking some sustenance.
Not the
At least,
sacred
that is
cloister?
always their
Surely
tale
not.
upon discovery. But it is only the liquor that goes missing.
Do you know the way to these ruins?
Many paths lead there. If you are prepared for a walk, you may take the path that lies 30 meters in that direction.
That explains why there are pictures.
Thank you very much, brother. I would not at all be surprised if my brother is discovered to be the architect of your recent thefts, as he may well be hiding within the forest ruins. Sadly, for some time now, he has suffered from an addiction to strong drink. Please allow me to indemnify these losses on my brother's behalf. I am afraid it will have to come from his share of the inheritance. Goodbye.
Good luck, my brother.
Deuces. Right. Glad I decided to cheat, because this is going to be bullshit. Right, take the path to the left. I assume it wants me to come out of this first. Yes. Right, path to the left. Ahead, depending on
Not
the
very
screen view.
engaging.
Well, whatever. Smashing it, lad. Well done. Mans is impressed. I meant to go one screen past the pond on the left. Oh, there's the pond. One screen. Come on, Holmes!
It must be an indication. But why?
What are you on about? What's an indication? Just fucking go! Fucking absolute... Go, you clot! Right, yes, we know this one. There's the pond on the left and turn left. What can it be? I can't turn left. Oh, I can turn left. Turn left! Turn left better.
What can it be?
What can it be? I think that's maybe that picture. I don't know. Turn right at the next crossroads. Which I assume is here. Ugh. this is a fucking bullshit. Oh, obviously water, yeah.
Is it near there?
Oh, this is going well. Right, turn middle left at the next crossroads. Middle left? Right, okay, I see. See a pail left by the road. No. He wants me to go further first. He's definitely not on the road. Oh, there it is. Is that a pail? I don't know. Ah! Crossroads! Stop! No, Holmes, come back! Stay. It says go forward and smell smoke. Right, so go up. Appreciating the Bob Ross there. Apparently we're meant to smell smoke. And then save the game, you bastard.
I smell smoke.
Okay, right, save the game, you bastard. Before going ahead, practice going back to the pond from this spot. No, I will not do that. Go forward, see the entrance to the ruins is burning and evidence will be destroyed. Timed puzzle starts! Turn around and forward to the crossroads, turn... Right, okay.
Quick, some water to douse this fire, else we lose precious evidence.
Right, turn around. Go. Forward to the crossroads. Go. Go. Turn right. Take the pail. Take it. Fire?
And now, quickly, I must...
Shut up. Go. Take the left path. Go left faster, you fucking idiots. Quick, get a beer. Douse the flames with Budweiser. Oh, you fucking dick! Go! Turn left. I assume that's here. Wait, take the left path, take the right path. Oh no, we fucked it. I think we fucked it. Watson, you absolute ape. What are you walking for? Go! Oh, shit. Yeah, we definitely fucked it. Yeah, there's no way. Let's load. Oh, there's a fire there. Okay, let's try again.
Douse this fire, else we lose...
Fucking no, not you! Fucking oh, whatever. Go! Go! This fucking game, man. This fucking game. There's always some sort of fuckery going on. That way. Take the pail.
And now, quickly, I must find some water.
It says take the left path. Well, that means nothing. Because the picture doesn't match that. He's facing to the right. That's the left path. Take the right... What? Go right. This feels wrong. Go left. Shit, a dick. Is this right? think it might be. I mean, we're definitely back somewhere we shouldn't be. Pond! Go! Time is running out, Holmes! Click on pond. Go back and take first left. Time is running out! Take the first left! Take the... Holmes! Oh my god, why are you not moving? Oh, he's such a twat! Turn right! Turn right! Look at the clock, you fucking nonce! Go! There is no fucking way we've done this. There's no way. Go, 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 go! What are you doing, you fucking dickhead? Go, 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 go! Oh! Oh, it's up here, I remember! Holmes! What are you doing? Back to the top.
Quick, some...
Go! 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 Go!
And now, quickly, I must find some water.
You must shut the fuck up and go! I also needed 10-101, but I'm here, aren't I? Go! 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 Right, I feel like we're definitely better timed this time. Nailed it.
My word, I can't see anything.
Can you not? Look at this shit, pal.
Ah, now I see better.
Down here is definitely where that candle was. Right.
This is ink. It is not English, and it fell on the floor maybe 2-3 days ago.
Obviously. Check the bottles of liquor.
All
I
these
really need to
papers were
piss suddenly.
gathered and burned. I need to find evidence somewhere else.
I was looking at the bottles, but was I looking at the bottles? Do you see bottles? I haven't seen no bottles. I got a piss. It's come at me from out of fucking nowhere. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, right. It was saying bottles, wasn't it? Use matchbox candle, yes. Use magnifying glass on red area, yes. Check the bottles of liquor from Richmond Abbey. Resume. Well, yeah, I did. The response must have been the other thing, so we meant to check the mattress next.
Someone has slept here.
Oh no, because it says check the burn papers on the left. Oh, these are the bottles.
A bottle of liqueur from the Richmond Abbey.
Right, we're going to measure some footprints. No? There is a bottom screen, however. Oh my god, this is huge. Okay. Use the measuring tape. Yes, we are going to check some footprints.
Footsteps, size 10.
Who could have guessed? Go forward to the end arced wall. Look at the different brick. Is it that?
I need something.
Very different brick. Use the knife.
Ah, I was positive. It moves. Very interesting. These letters are faded and illegible. I should leave this forest and join Watson at Sherringford Hall. This ink
Really?
is not made in England.
Letter from an alcoholic. It says here it's the same writing as the threatening dub C letters. Bray Wyatt Collins, was it? In Grimble's office. go back to the Abbey and use the map to go to Baker Street. Why? And go to Baker Street and then to Sherringford Hall. Why not just go straight to Sherringford? Doesn't matter. Let's read this. I've always tried to avoid boredom in any possible way. First it was just a few rounds with my fellows, then the alcohol. All the time alcohol. All the time, all the time, all the... Read them hundreds of times. Enough, enough. Enough. My story is worth as much as another story. I've got nothing to be ashamed of. Nothing. I was ruined and misunderstood. This swine enjoys success in his life because of my mother's money. But half of this money, held by him, must be given back to me according to all that is right. Absolutely, Your Honour. Half. And I wasn't going to let myself so easy when you are so far away, and when you dream, owing to him, I'll be able to... Never more to this cursed foul continent. Yes. Oh, there's more. Shades of the Devil. Ah, this is natural font. Notice how that these two are perfectly matched. And actually, the whole sentence, looking at it. Shades of the Devil! I was told about it at school when I was quite small. Shades of the Devil! Yes, certainly, they are demons. They whisper sweet words into your ear. They listen to you and make promises to you. They say that they will help you when you are down, but no. They help you to rise only so that they can lead you to hell. They lifted me, one under each arm, but when I bade them cease in the midst of their prattle, I then heard the sound of their demon wings. Demons? Haven't done this on purpose, I swear. I'm sure he knew. But why? Why? Have the money. It is certain, Your Honour. They... That's the end. So, thank you for attending my TED Talk. Come on, Holmes. We'll not go down any of these other ones. No. We can't even leave, apparently. Why can't we just use the fucking map? Oh. Oh! No fast travel from here. It's like the fucking boiler room. Now I've got to work out how to get back. Holmes! Useless bastard! We're nearly done with the day already, which is fucking brilliant if you ask me. It does, however, mean that I'm probably going to have to do another day. Because I can't just stream for like an hour, can I? Before going on to the chill. It was over this way, wasn't it? Or was it? Was it that way? Might have been that way. Ah, yeah. Mandem was wrong. It is down here. You know, it's cool because every single one of these streams I get a copyright notice for because of the music, which is, you know, fantastic. It's down here, isn't it? It's not around there. Fucking classical music. Getting bummed for it. Welcome back. Your piss took you far away. Oh my god, this is actual fuckery. Oh yeah, man. I can appreciate that. To the Baker Street.
Let us return to Sherringford Hall.
I know, why didn't we just do that in the first place? But whatever. Oh, we're doing the Watsons.
Oh, Dr. Watson. Beg pardon for imposing on you.
Are you spunking in your pants right now?
I must get a message to Inspector Lestrade, and...
He is just inside, and I am sure that he would be most
You're really on some
eager
weight
to
loss shit,
assist
aren't
you.
you, fam?
No, It would be better if he would hear this from you, rather
You know what?
than
We've been going for
myself.
nearly an hour, and
The
the
present
audio is only
situation
just starting to
requires me
fuck up.
be
That's well better
elsewhere.
than the other
Please
night.
be good enough to tell Inspector Lestrade that I renounce any rights to the succession. Also, I will not be at my offices. I would not wish him to waste time looking for me there. Goodbye, and I thank you for your kind assistance, Dr. Watson.
Huh. Interesting. It's just somehow between the... oh, good, more fucking... oh, this bullshit. Your willpower's better than mine, man. Mine started off pretty good and then just fucking went...
I was upstairs and I could have sworn I just saw that blasted scoundrel Grimble through the window.
Yes, you are right. But you have no chance of catching him now. He has run away as if the very devil himself were after him.
It is not the devil that's after
I'd actually
him, but
forgotten that the
myself.
audio in this game was
It would fare
shit
better
up
if it
until
were
this
the devil
point.
on his trail.
He gave me a message for you, Lestrade. He said he renounces any rights to the succession.
What do you say? This is astonishing news. This will not prevent me from finding him. I
This
want to
is
know
astonishing
how it so happens
news.
that a dead man
Good
is found in a
gravy.
building to which only Grimble is known to possess the keys. By the way, where is our great detective? Oh, here he comes now.
Well, I
Hello,
mean,
gentlemen.
last time I was
What were we
boating,
discussing?
I wasn't
Grimble
motherfucking
has
biking.
renounced all possible rights to the succession of
Did I still
Bromsby
have hair last
Enterprises.
time I was voting?
But that does nothing to alter the
Voting?
fact that he is the
Nothing to do
ideal
with it.
guilty party. Sir Bromsby had
There is
very
certainly a
important
picture that
news
makes
he
me look
intended
like
to announce on the
fucking,
day of his death. What if this surprise news was the ouster of Grimble and Bromsby's
Oh,
intent to name
what's
his
his
own daughter
name?
to succeed him? Do you think something otherwise, Holmes?
Ragnar.
No,
Ragnar
it is nothing.
Lothbrok.
May I ask you a question, Lestrade? Would
As
it
I
be
stand
possible
atop
to give
the
us
narrow
more
boat.
information about Grimble from Miss Bromsby, but for a few days?
It's a deuced odd request, but I presume that you must have your
One
reasons.
of my favourite
I
pictures
will
of
do
myself.
my best to keep this information private till the day after tomorrow.
Oh, Nettle's back.
Thank you, Lestrade. By the way, I would like to speak with Miss Bromsby. Where can I find her?
I do believe she's with her faithful knight in her sitting room. This gentleman never, so to speak, leaves her side. If this story spares them any further pain, no doubt they will soon be renowned as the most beautiful couple in London. I'm trying not to think about it, but my heart feels heavy that I may have been an instrument of their sorrow.
By the way, my brother Mycroft has answered one of my letters, and his information seems to be most interesting. You can look at it if you would like. I have had a copy made for you.
But that's the sound of evidence. Okay, dear Sherlock, with time of the essence, here is the information I managed to gather. Company was founded by Joseph Grimble and his partner Raymond Waters. The majority of the capital was provided by Waters, who was the son of a wealthy ship owner, even. When J. Grimble died in 1886, his shares passed, according to his will, to his partner, Mr. Waters. The business of the Kalidasa Abyss is one that we as British people are loath to remember. In the entire history of colonisation, we have played falsely with the image we claim for ourselves. The truth of this murky business is still protected by the military authorities, so I possess but a small portion of the facts in this matter. Because of the Kalidasa Abyss, the supply convoys of the garrisons from the northwest of Bombay had to make long detours. Oh god, this goes on, doesn't it? A decision was reached to construct a bridge over the abyss. The construction was entrusted to a contractor who enjoyed strong support within the military echelons and Mr. Melvin Bromsby. Bromsby committed to perform this task in a time frame that many specialists considered extremely ambitious, given the difficulties associated with the location and other practicalities. The abyss was situated in the middle of a jungle located in a distant and isolated place. A battalion was assigned to assure the security of the construction efforts that would take several months. One of the officers form this battalion was a Captain Lowry. From the beginning, nothing went right with the project. They talk of how poor the soil proved to be and the recurring accidents. The remains from ritual sacrifices were found at the bottom of the abyss. Good lord. Oh my god, there are 5 pages. Which caused fear in the superstitious Hindu workers. There was also the presence of a man-eating tiger nearby and other exotic mysteries. Thus, in the next few weeks, the construction suffered considerable delays. At the start of the second month, the officers in charge of the battalion asked to be retained in the role of supervision, regardless of their personal hardships with the assignment. The command in Bromsby's supported their request, right, as it was a great opportunity to economise on the cost of construction, which were considerable. Then the officers asked for men from the nearby villages and the towns to strengthen the teams on site. The soldiers following the convoys complained that large barriers barred their view of the site and prevented assessment of its progress. They were also denied passage beyond these enclosures. They further noted that although they brought workers to the site, they had never escorted any from the place and back to their homes. They were also deeply concerned that they could not identify the source of an unbearably foul stench that surrounded the worksite. Sounds like death to me. Okay, some people claimed that they had fallen ill merely from breathing the smoke from some invisible fire that came from the impenetrable mound. Mound. The construction was eventually completed or near schedule. On. That's an on. But it's got a flick for an A. Because the O for or there, that's an O. That's definitely an A. Completed or near schedule. But an inconceivable number of Indian families still do not know what happened to their husband, father, son or brother. They left one day to build this bridge, never to be seen nor heard from again. One of the officers, Captain Lowry, tried to reveal the truth that everyone preferred be left unknown. He was abandoned by his superiors and his comrades. He wanted to leave Bombay and applied for the post of principal at a penitentiary in Italy. It occurs frequently with non-commissioned officers, as there is no better director than a former officer of the British Army. Everybody knows it and is envious because of it. But the army refused to grant him leave. They threatened him with charges of desertion if he left the Indian territory. They must have been afraid that one day he would reach England and find attentive ears for a story which must not be told. He died ill and alone, and here is a strange request for a soldier of the British Army. He asked to be cremated in the Indian manner. This last request was in fact refused by the army. All his property was bequeathed to the military orphanage Brahmi in Bombay. In hopes that this information shall prove helpful, good luck, Mycroft. Fucking nailed it, fam. Hot boys over there, it seems. Very hot boys. Right. Now what we do? Yep. Top left door. Let's go. Oh, run! Just because you're inside doesn't mean you can't run, you fucking idiot. Yep, that's where you stand.
I hear laughter coming from the powder room.
Lol. Right, here we go. Is this not the powder room? Enter the top left door from the ballroom and go to the powder room. Which this cannot be. Through here? No, because these are the stairs.
Closed.
So slow, you useless fucking bastard.
Closed.
No, it must be there. It's just they forgot how sound effects work. Why would it have brought me into that particular door if it wasn't that fucker? This one here. Go close to the mirror. He won't. He will not go close to the mirror, though. Oh, fuck me dead. It must be through the next door. But why, though? You there? Are you a powder room? I feel like you're the smoking room. Fuck's sake. This is the front door. It must be that room. Just the controls are fucking terrible. I heard lols.
Closed.
fucking hell. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we're just going to do one day, and then we're going to listen to a Greaves record, and then whatever happens after that is what happens after that. Yeah, I mean. But Holmes, for real, you've got to start moving. There we go.
Good afternoon, Mr. Holmes. James has just been showing me the photographs from his hunts.
Oh, but I wasn't the only hunter.
My respects, Miss Bromsby. Hello, Lieutenant. If I could have a look. I must say, this is quite a handsome specimen, but it is surprising how light it appears.
That bull weighs
Doesn't
near
it, though?
1,000 stones.
No, beg pardon. I was referring to your portfolio.
That's entirely why I kept it. Or used it, rather.
That is but another souvenir of my travels to Africa.
I came here specifically to inform you that everything goes well with the case, Miss Bromsby. But I need to ask you a question of a more personal nature. If the Lieutenant would be so gallant as to give us a moment of privacy.
Your servant, Mr. Holmes. I will retire to the smoking room.
Oh shit, he's coming here.
I should reveal one of my hints.
Oh god, right, remember last time it was absolute bullshit. Pretty young girl. Look, here's a pretty young girl.
Does this photograph belong to you?
Yes, it's mine. This is the photo of an actress who was with a touring London company. They gave a performance at the town near my boarding school in Switzerland. This is Miss Davenport. She was kind enough to meet with us in her dressing room after the show.
And how would you describe this actress?
Oh, she was fascinating, on the stage and in life as well. She personally inscribed this likeness for me. You see, they were available for purchase during the intermission. She was so very beautiful.
Pray, continue.
When I met with her, she showed me this beautiful earring that she wore. It was in the shape of a wave with foam, made entirely of sparkling stones. It's strange, but I have never talked about this with anyone till now. I do hope I see you again someday.
Perhaps. Now, listen to me, my dear child. I must
You
ask
see,
to
you say
speak to
lose
no
weight,
one
not
about our
lift weights,
conversation,
but then
not
I
under
scratch my
any
arm and I turn around and see that this has actually got a muscle here, and I'm like,
rests on your silence.
yeah, I think I'll just keep lifting weights, mate.
I've got to go now.
I understand.
Right, are we good? Now what happens? It's quiz time! Were you listening? I wasn't.
This lieutenant seems a very commendable person. Miss Lavinia is fortunate to have him near.
Nice.
Lestrade was saying that he has found more.
What are you going to do when you're
evidence
slim,
of
though,
Grimble's
Trev? Aren't you going to want to be fucking
The corpse
hench
we
as
found
shit
at
as
the
well? I
cement
mean, that's how
factory may
Vikings
well
work,
have
right?
been an
You need to lift
accomplice
weights, mate.
And the true murderer of Sir Bromsby. Grimble could have easily obtained an invitation for him to the reception. Then, some time after the deed was done, Grimble eliminated
Tom hit a
his
new
accomplice
personal
to
best for
prevent his
deadlift.
speaking.
Perhaps
not.
Yesterday.
Whatever are you musing about, Holmes?
Let me check what it was.
Holmes?
What is it, Watson?
132.5
Holmes,
kilograms.
You haven't heard a word that I have said.
It is of no consequence. Tell me, have you had the opportunity to redeem the item
I
with
really
receipt we
rushed
found
to
at
try and
Hunter's?
film it, but unfortunately
yes,
he'd already
it
lifted
was
it
a
by the time I
simple
started
matter.
filming.
In
So
order
I've
to
got a
get the
video of
best
him holding it
price,
up
Hunter
and then
agreed
putting it
to
down again.
redeem the item within 2 days' time. Look, these appear to be real diamonds.
I'll send it to you. Cheers, Nil.
It seems to me that we have gathered all of the key elements, Watson. However, before we retire, let's summarize our findings. The questions should be answered yes or no and justified by the evidence or testimony received during the investigation.
Nobody. Right, I I'm not going to do this properly this time. I'm just going to cheat my way through this shit because I am done with this fuckery. It's time to finish this for the night, start a new stream, and listen to some music and just chat. It's going to be nice. Okay, was the leader of the thugs who attacked Holmes directly related to the case? The answer is yes. Oh, I actually knew this one. Oh, maybe we should try it. Okay, can we say that the person who killed Simon Hunter is skilled with weapons? Yeah, I'm going to cheat. Yes. Appleby dialogue at Hunter's house. What? Oh. Are the ruins near Richmond's Abbey a common haunt for wanderers? Yes! According to Brother Dude. Using that one on my own. Can the handwriting on the message found in the ruins be the same as that of the previous documents? Yes, we can do this one as well because we already dealt with that, didn't we? Letter from an alcoholic, and was it this one? Yeah, that one, right? Is it easy for a retired English officer to find a work as a prison warden abroad? Yes, it is. It was here, right? Yeah. Fucking yes, mate. Okay. Nailed it.
We must have made an error,
Fuck!
Watson. The questions should be answered yes or no and justified by the evidence or testimony
did I miss the
received
answers
during the investigation.
No, I didn't. Fuck me dead. Right, I'm going to read all that shit in a sec. I just want to make sure I get this right first. Yes, Appleby's dialogue. Yes, Brother Richmond's Abbey. Yes. Yes, Threat W. Oh. So not that one. Oh, whoops. Right. And then 5. Yeah, that's the only thing we got wrong.
It is simplicity itself, Watson. We have answered all the questions.
Bodied, mate.
Hello, Watson.
Good morning, Lestrade. You are an early
Lestrade.
Good morning, Lestrade. You look really tired. You must have had a lengthy meeting with the minister.
But hold on. How on earth could you know that, Holmes?
I
Sherlock Holmes is what I do.
Like an open book.
Read you
I
like
jest with
Kev's
you, gentlemen.
openly flappy dick.
It's not the proper time for
Oh shit,
jesting,
Paul's out.
Holmes. But upon my
Later,
word,
Paul.
how did you find
He's
out
probably
about
already
the
gone,
minister?
hasn't
I was assured that only 3
My
or
bad,
4
dude.
persons at most had knowledge of this meeting.
Oh, I would rather withhold my explanation.
So you must be aware of the subject of the meeting.
Indeed, but Dr. Watson knows nothing of these events.
Well, our incorruptible yet ever practical minister shared the thoughts of the Chancellor of the Exchequer with me. They've decided that it would be most imprudent, given the crisis we're under, for a young lady barely 18 years of age to take control over one of the country's 3 biggest building enterprises.
I begin to understand, but...
According to the minister, despite his bad habits due to the lack of consideration for his partner, Grimble is the only individual that the council has faith in to reverse the current state of the Bromsby holdings. It was further explained to me that if there is a choice to make in the direction of my investigation, and lacking any new evidence to the contrary, I must take these concerns into account.
This is outrageous.
And you, Lestrade, what are your personal thoughts on the matter?
I really can't say, Holmes. The prospect offered by Grimble seems so
I feel like I've got a
attractive.
blister coming
He
in
had
on this
credible
finger.
motive to murder Bromsby and then foul it. In addition,
can't
he was
see
the
it.
only individual
Been
with
hurting
apparent
me all
access
night.
to the shed at the cement factory where we discovered the corpse of his presumed accomplice. However,
It
the
is
only
shredded
downside
up
to
a
this theory
tree.
is his statement to Dr. Watson when he clearly renounced all rights of succession.
Like a
That
tiny
is an
tiny
item of
animal has clawed
singular
me down the
curiosity.
middle of the
It
inside
is
of a middle
difficult for me
finger.
to believe that a man
That's what it
who
looks
could plan
like.
and execute 2 or 3 murders with such cool presence of mind would give up an opportunity of this magnitude so easily. I also have spent sufficient time at Sherringford Hall to have a high opinion of Lieutenant Harrington.
I agree with you. This young man, by all accounts, has an unimpeachable character.
I have no evidence to cast doubt on the truthfulness of his testimony. We reconstructed the crime, and it was evident from where he stood, he could easily see Miss Bromsby despite the crowd. Really, Holmes, I'm not a man who would hand over an innocent girl to the executioner, even should it cost me my career.
I am pleased to hear you say this, Lestrade. By the way, Lestrade,
Lestrade,
have you any
Lestrade.
knowledge of the place known as Aston's Theatre?
Is it that shabby theatre that lies near the bank of the Thames?
Yes. Several weeks ago, it was acquired by the Fairfax Theatre Company. Their international tour appears to have been most successful, as they are set to open their new play in a week. Dwight Richards happens to be their director.
You mean the author of the threatening letter that we found on Bromsby's desk? I must admit, I thought the letter to be of small consequence. After all, it involved a matter from so long ago.
Sometimes old wounds are the most painful. In fact, we are leaving for Aston's right now. I know that you're quite busy, but if you feel like joining us, meet us at noon.
Are we good? We're good. Oh, fucking hell. Right, let's get a save in and call it a day, shall we? Belter. Let me have a look here real quick. So this is day 5. Oh. Oh. Well, I was gonna say let's call it a day, but let's do the other hour because this will finish the fucking game. And I don't know about you, but I really want to finish this game so that we can hopefully play one that's slightly better. So, with that in mind, let's just crack on and keep cheating. I'm glad you agree. Okay. Immediately read the poster on the left.
This might be interesting.
After a triumphant tour of 3 continents, Fairfax Theatre Company is pleased to present the exclusive world premiere of Vagrancy and Profligacy by Prescott and Carolyn Small and Rayleigh Wilcox, staged by the author company director Dwight Richards. Lovely, right inside. I hope we can fucking gun it through this. Well, there's an optional quiz. Nice. Okay, right. From here, please stop highlighting words. Talk to Philotomy Kirby. I assume that's this dude?
We are not open to the public yet, gentlemen.
How thin is this motherfucker's head?
I can hardly believe my eyes. It is the young Sherlock Holmes.
Young? He's young?
Allow me to present Philotomy Kirby.
Philotomy?
Who in his day was one of the last great hopes of the popular stage.
Kirby.
He also took
What you
great
doing,
pains
Kirby?
to advance my comprehension
What you
of
doing
the many
there?
subtleties of the theatrical arts.
So he can still prattle away. Don't listen to him. This is the most talented student I've ever met, upon my word, as an actor. But those days are past. So, am I speaking to the former actor or the world-renowned detective today?
Tell me, what you know about the Fairfax Theatre Troupe?
2 months ago, they returned from an international tour. Richards, their director, had managed to secure the necessary funds.
As far as I can
to
tell,
buy
there's more
back
chit-chat
Aston.
sound in the background here
He had
with this
finally
relatively empty
resolved
theatre
his trouble.
than there was in the packed fucking hall at the start of the game. Get out of
He
trouble.
was in some kind of trouble.
Oh, it's always the same with those tours abroad. Your star actress marries an emir. Another
You know
time
what?
the
I never
entire
actually
troupe
addressed
has
your
their
comments.
luggage stolen.
I'll do that as soon as I get an
Anything is
option
possible.
to click something.
Whatever
I read them
occurs
and I
is
thought
usually
about them and I
nothing good.
replied in my head, but I never
who
actually
would
said
have
to you,
imagined
you know,
such
regarding
a
the good
tragedy?
genetics. Okay, right, so good genetics. So, I've seen you. You're a bulky boy like myself, so I'm assuming you'll end up tighter. A big shoulder boy. I think we've had this conversation before, actually, about being big shoulder boys. So, taking in protein so you don't lose your muscle mass. However, not losing muscle mass isn't necessarily the thing, but you want to kind of build on that as well. Believe me, man. Just trust me. Lift some weights. Because you'll look at your arm after like a couple of sessions of like doing some fucking weight training for your arms. You'll be like, what the fuck? Me and Tom are both really enjoying that at the moment. We don't just want to maintain the muscle mass that we have. We want to actually make it horrific. Yeah, I mean, you can't lift weights because you're on blood thinner. I don't understand. Why does blood thinner mean you can't lift weights? Are you worried you lift up a weight and then just fucking blood pisses out your nose? I don't get it. Lift lighter weights. Let's click tragedy while you reply.
Their last tour started about 3 years ago. At that time, the troupe was housed at the Fairfax Theatre. But a series of failures forced the owners to sell it at a substantial loss.
Unapologetically scratching my balls right now.
Dwight Richards, their current director,
running round in such a small kitchen and an even smaller bar and still fucking covering like 12,000 steps, bro.
And lastly, a young actor,
sorry, 13,000 steps.
Makeup man called
Sweaty boy.
They
Mandem's gonna have
after the
a
sale
nice shower.
to launch an international tour in order
Shave
to
me
raise
nuts
funds.
up and cover them in talcum powder. Be fantastic.
Yes, the fame of English theatre is worldwide. During their travels,
Sounds getting
Jeffries and
terrible
Miss
again.
Davenport developed a close relationship, which was much to the regret of the hot-headed Richards. He is a gypsy by birth. No one can be more
Shippos.
possessive and quick-tempered than a gypsy.
Pray continue.
In short, a dark tragedy occurred in a village in Latin America, located
Got
not
ya.
far from the Amazon. One evening, after their performance, someone noticed that Miss Davenport
Will that shit not
and
just heal up,
Jeffries
though?
had gone missing. The local authorities were
I mean, that
notified,
sucks, because that
and
just
the
means that
alarm was raised.
your options in life are wide boy or skinny boy or somewhere in between, right? How do you do a hench boy?
And Richards?
Richards was implicated.
King
in some
Viking
manner,
lad.
It seems to me.
I mean, aside from just grow your hair
However,
out.
there was no proof of his involvement, and no bodies were.
Is that
ever
part of the
found.
plan?
What a strange case.
If you need more details,
Miss Boxing,
you should
right?
ask
Speaking
the
of boxing,
actors.
that's tonight, isn't it?
As you may
Isn't it?
observe, they are rarely able to hold their tongues.
I'll be fine on muscle. I have muscle. Just need to find it again underneath all this fat shit, right?
I will see you later, Kirby.
Yes, it was.
As my
good
PT likes to say
seeing
to me
you
all the
again.
time, you're not getting any younger. It's fucking horrible. He's like, well, you know, to be fair, you're not getting any younger. I'm like, bruh, I know, but that made me sad. Need to find it. Yeah, exactly. Okay, right. Now, we've done that. Talk to Bruce Ashton, who is definitely over here, I assume. Or this way, because I can't walk past this man, turns out. Are you Bruce Ashton? No, it's me. Are you Bruce Ashton?
Hello, young man. What are you looking at?
Oh, I'm sorry. You startled me. I'm looking at her.
Oh, he's, yeah, young man by the
Are
stage,
you from the
swooning
press?
about Miss Carolyn Small
Of
on
course
stage.
you are. You must be here to interview her. Ah, the play is wonderful, and Miss Caroline will surely shine. If only my father could have
That's
seen
not a
this
lot,
day.
man. Hold up, I just need to do a quick conversion here. Little under 10 stone. Yeah, that's like child weight, dude. I think. What are you weighing in at right now, if you don't mind me saying? If you don't want to comment here, then by all means text me. While I bring up the walkthrough again.
Your father?
Yes, I am Bruce Aston.
240.
And my father was Clyde Aston, the former owner of the theatre. It may have fallen into some disrepair, but during
240
its
rings
time,
true for me,
it
I
was
think.
well loved by so many.
Yeah, but I mean, I forget these
Of
things.
young actors
Oh yeah,
debuted on that
course.
venerated stage. Why, it was at this very spot where Mr. Richards first met Miss Davenport.
Right, yeah. Okay, so 240's 17.14. And now you're at 224. Which is bang on 16 stone. So right now, you are roughly the same weight as me, I think. Huh. What's your height? I don't think we've asked that question
Have you ever heard
before.
of the Fairfax Theatre?
It is the theatre which was demolished. It seems to me that it had been owned by Mr. Richards, together with Miss Davenport and a friend of theirs. They left on an extended tour, but I think it went badly for them. After his return, Mr. Richards bought the theatre back from the bank, and I do hope his good fortune will continue.
Well, we can hope.
With the talented Miss Caroline, I think anything is possible. And the building is still solid and comfortable. Though the bank took over the theatre, they left the keys. From time to time, I would do what I could to tidy up a bit or see to a broken window.
So I've got Twin Decks on the phone right now. Five eight. Okay, so last I checked, I'm 5'10". So I think proportionally we're probably roughly about the same then. Mad thing.
The troupe?
Yes. When Mr. Richards noticed how I had worked to keep the place up, he hired me. I helped Mr. Kirby a little, and also Mr. Trumpet backstage.
Goodbye, young man.
Goodbye, sir.
The audio suddenly got really, really bad, hasn't it? Okay, right, we've done that. Now we need to talk to Miss Sullivan, which we can't. Oh no, we need to talk to Riley Wilcox. That must be this dude. Twinning!
Excuse me. May I ask you some questions?
Naturally, I'm listening to you.
You are rehearsing at the moment, aren't you?
Yes, we are in rehearsal for the play we are to perform at the month end. Are you critics or reporters? As you know, we just came back from an extended tour. We were a triumph everywhere we performed.
Look at this absolute clart.
Tell us about this international tour.
We performed in France, in Switzerland, and even for an Arab prince. We were met with acclaim at every stop. If tragedy had not occurred, we were to appear next in New York. But fate had other plans for us.
I'm not even listening to this shit. I'm just involved in a text conversation with Mike now.
What sort of tragedy?
Oh, surely you must have heard about it. All because of those in our company who assumed the right to reveal every distasteful and intimate detail of a most tragic event. Anything to gain publicity for themselves. It is positively scandalous. But even a professional actor such as myself respects the privileges of the press and the public's right to know.
Your sensitivity honors you.
Please, continue your story.
The events took place in a most sordid place in Brazil named Guacamole or Babiamo or something like that. I still can't stop asking myself what we were doing there in the first place. But to be brief, our talented costumier, Mr. Jeffries, had been having a tete-a-tete with the beautiful Miss Davenport. Unfortunately, she was still very much the mistress of our director, Mr. Richards. I tell you, the tension was unbearable.
Really?
In the view of a professional, they were the worst hours of my life. Miss Davenport was spending the whole day closeted.
Right, did anyone
in her
listen to what
room.
this dude was saying?
Mr. Jeffries trembled so uncontrollably that he was unable to do our makeup. Mr. Richards stepped in, and I must say, he was a pitiful substitute. May you never be so ill-fortuned as to have your face in his large, hairy hands.
Pardon? Guacamole?
And then?
Our first performance in that town was naturally well received. That very night, a tragedy took place. Mr. Jeffries and Miss Davenport went missing not long after the performance ended. It was impossible to find them. Then we heard that Mr. Richards was arrested on suspicion of
Fucking
murder
hell, so much
regarding Miss Davenport
chitter
and Mr.
chatter.
Jeffries. We were outraged and most indignant. Some entertained thoughts that we would never leave that godforsaken place.
How was the matter resolved?
Fortunately for Mr. Richards and all of us, the prison warden and local chief of police was an Englishman. Lacking direct evidence or even a corpse, the accusations against Mr. Richards could not stand. He was set free on the spot.
True that.
I think that had it not been for the intervention of that young expatriate, we might have been stranded in that Amazonian swamp for all eternity.
You're an eternity. Goodbye.
Well, thank you for your assistance.
That's all right. Don't hesitate to seek my help.
Right, we talk to her next.
Don't listen to that milk toast. He gets positively weak in the knees.
Milk
over
toast?
A policeman is just a policeman. That's it. If Richards isn't in jail,
Look at
it's
her
only because
face.
he had nothing to do there.
Rookety fuckety.
We were talking about the tragedy which occurred
Use me
during
weapon.
your
You want me to get my
previous
dick out on
tour,
stream?
and
You aren't
Can't do that.
press, are you? No. In my opinion, you seem more like policemen. Well, listen closely, inspectors. Miss Davenport was nothing more than an aging woman who adored seeing all the men at her feet.
What?
Sucking
Don't you
toes,
mean-
no doubt.
She toyed with both Richards and Jeffries like two little puppets. Dwight Richards is quick-tempered, but he wouldn't harm a hair on her head. And if you are eager to be so helpful, please find my red-haired wig.
Red hair?
must continue our investigation.
We must.
Of course.
Right. Right. Talk to her on the stage. That one that's flying.
Hello, miss. I'm sorry for disturbing you.
Oh, you are welcome.
Whatever.
Are you rehearsing the new play?
Yes, we are hard at work. Excuse me, did I just hear Mr. Kirby calling you Holmes?
Kirby.
You were the great detective, Sherlock Holmes.
Fucking A,
You were
right?
Dr. Watson.
Correct.
I'm investigating the facts of the terrible events that occurred during the company's last tour.
Oh, I
Apparently.
see. You were interested in that case. It's still a complete mystery, even for those who were there.
Tell us about
Veronica?
Miss Davenport.
She was fabulous and positively mesmerised men.
Mezzy
She
men.
confessed to me that she had been in
Mezzy,
school
mezzy,
for
mezzy,
costume
mezzy
at
men.
Jeffries.
Wish
She had
death
left
pong
Richards
clarts.
before, but she always came back to him. She said he understood her completely without her even saying a word.
Until that last time.
Forgive an admiring expert, but your earring is absolutely magnificent.
Oh, that was a gift from Veronica. She got it along with 2 other matching earrings and a small jewel case. She gave me this one, another to Doris, and kept the most beautiful for herself.
The
Veronica
silver
insisted on
earring?
cleansing it herself weekly. with
I'd forgotten that was
special
even a
cleanser.
thing.
It was remarkable and kept the earring all sparkling like stars.
Get the earring all sparkle, that's what that says. Get the earring all sparkle, that stars. All sparkle. Sparkle like it,
Where can we find Doris?
She must be in her dressing room.
Goodbye, miss, and thanks.
You're welcome, Mr. Holmes.
Right, pretty sure it's through here. Feel free to run, I know you're inside, but run anyway. Not doing it. Right, enter the door. Talk to drunken Doris. She's fucking wasted.
Pardon?
Why can people not allow actors their peace and quiet? They walk through here as if it were a common thoroughfare. Nothing strange about that. They still haven't bothered to change locks. Anyone can enter at will and abuse me. Me, who in the 50s, I was rather good actually. Did you see me? With the best, me. And they just treat me and, oh.
Are you rehearsing?
Everyone has his own technique. Cheers.
Twats. Glass off her head.
Miss Small told you about your earring. Would you mind showing it to us?
It can't be sold. Do you think that actors have no heart? I would prefer dying of thirst than parting with it. My friend, my best friend Veronica, who I love like my own daughter, she gave it to me. My little Veronica. She...
Yes.
Do you know what has happened to your friend?
Left. She left with that Jeffries.
Oh wow, the audio's
I
getting
know
into a
what they
special
say.
place now, isn't it?
That Richards murdered them both. Why not? He did everything for them. Everything. She was naught but a common flower girl. And that Jeffries was a mere servant. He made them actors. Yes, actors.
Actors.
Yes.
I felt some very real scouse in my voice then.
Oh, we'd better leave you to your work. I mean,
Out! I need to concentrate.
Exit to door right of mirror, so the door on the left. Who wrote this? Okay. Go to bottom screen, that's here, right? Knock on door at end of hall. That's this one.
Who is it?
Mr. Richards.
The
My name is
giants.
Sherlock Holmes.
We are the giants. Let us in.
You may put away your knife. Rest assured, I am indeed Sherlock Holmes. Thank you for receiving us, Mr. Richards. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
I will answer your questions, Mr. Holmes, only because I have heard about you.
Right, so we need to reveal one of our things by going silver. When do we get this?
Would you tell me about Sir Bromsby?
I will not lie to you, I hated Bromsby. He is the cause of all my troubles, I swear. I have often dreamed of killing Bromsby with my own two hands, but I didn't kill him.
Do you know an Asian named Wang Jie?
What would he be doing there? Well, in the days of the Fairfax Theatre, I once employed a Chinese
In America,
fellow
getting shot
who
for no
went by
reason,
that
I bet.
name. However, I was forced to dismiss him because he was a great deal of trouble, and I've never seen him since that time.
You retain several keys from the Fairfax Theatre, don't you?
Well, I don't understand the purpose of your questions, but yes, there were indeed two keys for the Fairfax Theatre main door. When the bank took possession, we gave only one of them to Bromsby's assistant. When asked, we lied and said there was only one key.
But why?
Well, we kept the other one out of spite. We had thoughts of returning in the night and wreaking havoc, but we had no opportunity, as we left for abroad after the transfer to go on our tour. I suppose the key
Oh,
may
sounds
have
going
been
dirty
lost
again.
somewhere
Really
along
dirty,
our
I mean.
travels.
About the disappearance of Miss Davenport.
I don't know why you want to talk about it. Does some vile curiosity cause you to torment me in this way?
Thank you, Mr. Richards.
It is nothing, Mr. Holmes.
I should reveal one of my hints.
Yeah, I know, right? It's almost as if I told
This
you to
can't
do
be
that.
possible. How did you come by this? Dear God, if only someone like yourself had been present that evening.
Please tell us what's happened.
That night, after the performance, I left to stroll alone along the riverbank. The next morning, I had barely returned when I was seized by 2 local policemen and led to a prison cell for interrogation.
Why?
When I got there, an Englishman, the local chief of police, told me that a deserted boat had been discovered along the opposite bank of the river.
Ooh.
Inside the boat, I found a star covered with blood.
Quite a way to go.
It belonged to Veronica, who had vanished, along with my other partner, Jeffries.
And then what happened?
No one could prove my innocence, but they also found no proof of my complicity in these events, nor had they found any bodies.
Tell us a little more about your partners.
I had met Jeffries while on tour. He was just a young tramp drunkard. Whatever my feelings were then, I feel no pity for him now. He betrayed me. But it wasn't the same with Veronica. I fear the pain caused by these events will forever haunt me.
Cool. Bye.
Thank you, Mr. Richards.
It is nothing, Mr. Holmes.
This man is a wonderful actor.
Maybe, Watson. Maybe.
Go down the hallway and enter the far door on the left. Ugh. Excuse me. James Jeffries? Yeah, sure, why not?
What chaos.
Absolute chaos. Talk to Richards. There is no Richards here. Oh. No, we're here. Take a page from a book.
Through the flying dragons of the Virgin Islands, the land of gargantuan man-eating crabs, love in the heart of the Black Desert. This author seems to be particularly inept.
What? The Gwacky book. Ah, there, we got it. Right. This road is the only sure way to reach Guacalmo, the town of parrots. The town of parrots. Fuck me dead. Indeed, the branch of the Amazon where this town is situated is impassable due to the rapids. Many explorers have capitalized there and were likely eaten by piranhas. Oh no. As their bodies were never found. Even the native Indians from the nearby jungle refused to try these rapids. Instead, they employ their sturdy boats for sedentary fishing. Their ancestral mode of fishing is quite original. They use primitive spears to harpoon big fish while they watch from their dugouts. Oh, fucking, I was going to say donuts. They conduct elaborate ceremonies to invoke the power of their gods before fishing or hunting and have much success. Oh my god. There's actual pages here. I don't know whether these gods exist, but the savages are incontestable archers. You should look after yourself so as to not offend them if you wish to negotiate with them. Certain tribal members are more sociable than the rest. They are agreeable to offer tobacco, some weapon, or incredible handmade object in trade. These magnificent crafted items are often adorned with splendid green parrot feathers in honour of the conquistadors who named this town. You can also acquire leather goods made from the silky skin of the arboreal monkeys, which are hunted in this region. This leather is comparable to the touch of finest silk and is unique in all the world. Unfortunately, as in many other cases, there are those unscrupulous people who manage to give the taste of alcohol to these naive populations. This poses a substantial threat to these small tribes and their future. There is also the steady arrival of gold prospectors and adventurers who have chopped down their forests and made the Indians more aggressive. Some of my guides have clearly suggested this primitive but picturesque culture will one day end in a bloody bath. I'd love to have a bloody bath, motherfucker. Fucking so tan and not having bloody bath. What bath? Bloody hell. Right, okay. Read it in a notebook and learn about piranhas. Take the costumes inventory. Is that this?
Through the flying dragons of the
No, it bloody isn't. Where is it then? Is it this? Because they are costumes.
These items are poorly made. Observe, the antique armour has mere painted relief.
What? Right. There's a costumes inventory somewhere and we need it. Now we have it.
A set of costumes. There are 30 listed.
Apparently. Whatever.
But I count only 29.
That's interesting, because I count 6.
The artillery officer uniform is missing.
Do I count 6? Oh no, there's a red one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's 7. It's not 29, is it? Alright. Go back to Doris's dressing room. Whenever you're ready. That's this one, right? Immediately exit through the other door. At backstage, talk to Adam Cole. I'll be that guy then, presumably.
May I ask you a few questions?
It all depends on what you're asking.
Questions.
What are you doing?
My job, my lord. I'm making this jumble look a bit neater.
My lord.
Could you tell me what happened in Brazil?
Yes, my lord. I was there when it happened. But
My
Mr.
lord.
Richards takes it very personally if we chat about those times, and I won't risk my position without some consideration, if you get my meaning.
How's about I punch you in the face?
Here's 5 guineas. How's that?
Oh, my lord, you're too kind. I don't really know much of what happened. You see, I was alone at a tavern that night, and I was, as one could say, very fond of the local alcohol.
Oh, there goes the sound
When I
again.
returned to our lodgings, I learned that the actress and the costumier had taken to their heels.
And what did you do then?
I made my way to the inn with all haste to learn what they'd taken in their sudden departure. You must understand my position. I was solely responsible for the security of the luggage and troop properties. Can you then imagine my surprise when I saw that nothing was missing?
Who's Bruce
Absolutely
Axton?
nothing. They hadn't even taken their personal items. I can understand that of a man like Jeffries, but it was most unusual for a lady such as Miss
The young man by
Veronica.
the door.
So the idea came to me that perhaps they hadn't truly left, you see.
And what of Dwight Richards?
I learned that Mr. Richards had been seized by the local authorities. It seemed he was under suspicion for the murder of the missing lovers. This was too incredible. And then there's another odd thing that weighs on my mind. When we finally returned to England, Mr. Richards asked me to do him a small personal service. What was strange was that he insisted I keep the matter confidential and not breathe a word of it to anyone.
What kind of service?
Well, there's a small room with an iron door located above the backstage. It was used to store the stage lights and fireworks. He asked me to help him move all of Miss Veronica's personal belongings to the room. Every little thing, without exception. Her large trunk, her dresses, all of it.
Where is this room?
The end of the passage, but there is one difficulty. You see, Mr. Richards has the only key to the room's iron door, because only he has a complete set of keys to this building.
Cool.
Goodbye, my friend.
My respects, my lord.
We need to go to the audience hall. Where the fuck is that? This way. And we talk to this dude, who apparently has the keys for some reason.
She is fabulous, isn't she?
How's about you fuck off, you knobhead?
Do you have a complete set of keys to the theatre?
Oh, yes. Take them. But you will see to their safe return.
Okay, back to backstage.
Goodbye, young man.
Goodbye, sir.
This is not backstage. This door must be backstage. Is it this door? No. Apparently that's where we came from. Not through hit. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. Doesn't matter. Take your fucking time. Ah, right. Here we go. Le quiz. Le dos.
Watson, stay there and inform me if Richards arrives.
All right, Holmes.
All right, Holmes.
Let us see whether we can find other evidence.
Okay, take the 2 items in front of the box on the floor.
A gift from the gods.
A gift from the gods. Look close on the box.
I need something. Nice pattern made of encrusted nacre. What does it mean?
It means
This
to take
lock has never been forced.
the silver earring. Click it on the
I see.
there.
To open the safe, I must have the 2 other earrings.
Ah, you need 2. Right, so we need to go to... Fuck's sake. Why could we not do this earlier? Back to the dressing room. You meant to say you can't take her earring, you dickhead.
I don't know where your wig is.
I cannot take her earring.
Well, there it goes. Right, we go back to the audience hall, which is this door over here. Showing you the silver earring to Miss Carolyn. Is that her? I don't fucking know. I don't have the silver earring. I left it in the box. This fucking game. Oh, this is really, really tedious now. Please! Please keep going!
Would you like anything else, my lord?
No, I would not! I'd
Goodbye,
like you to
mate. My
fuck off,
respects,
frankly!
Closed. Watson, stay there and inform me if Richards arrives.
All right, Holmes.
Welcome back. Take the fucking earring back, you absolute knobhead. Ah! It's me, the M53 guy. You know what I was going to actually say in our little chit chat? I'm streaming, but I figured, you know what? I'll just leave you to have your good evening and not worry about this bullshit. The good news is we're nearly finished with this game, and once I finish this game, I'm going to stop streaming for 5 to 10 minutes and start a new stream where we're just going to listen to an album and just chill out. It's going to be mint.
Oh my stars.
Would you mind lending me your earring? I shall give it back to you in a few moments.
Certainly. Maybe you would like to borrow Doris's earring as well. I don't believe she would give it to you, but to me, certainly. If you wait here, I will get it for you.
Right, okay. Now we need to go into Veronica's box. I presume we're going all the way back over here, and he's going to refuse to run because he's a knobhead. Come on, lad. Get up there. Quick as you like. I know, right? It's fucking pure filth.
Watson, stay there.
Shut up and do it.
All right.
Right. Now we're going to open Veronica's box. Using our magical collection of earrings.
It is elementary.
Elementary?
Richards and Miss Davenport standing in front of the old Fairfax Theatre. But who is this third man?
Who indeed?
Descriptions of exotic landscapes. Nothing of interest.
Oh, we're outside now.
Well, gentlemen, you arrive at precisely the right moment.
Is your good mood a sign that you have
It is
found
absolutely
something
not safe for work.
Absolutely.
Luckily,
no.
it's
Seems to me
8
I
minutes
caught the right
to
end this
midnight.
time.
What? Really?
And the only people that
We
should be in
learned about
work
it only
are,
by
oh yeah,
chance.
me.
It appears that at 1 o'clock this morning,
And yes, I'm
Criminal
here,
arranged
streaming.
for his solicitors to send his demands to the court for the appropriation of Bromsby
Doesn't pay
Enterprises.
quite as well.
My men will spare nothing in their search
They asked
for
for
the elusive
£21 of
Grimble.
the game earlier, and I was like, yo, give me £21. Someone fucking
Then I
donate
followed your
£21. No one
advice, and we
did.
advanced further into
No
our
one cares.
investigation of Mr. Richards. Did you know that his true name is Gaetano Riccardino? As this,
Before you
Mr.
even think it,
Riccardino,
no.
at age 19, he was sentenced to 2 years imprisonment for armed robbery of a fair store. And who would you think the complainant was in this case? In truth, a certain Melvin Bromsby. This new evidence of his criminal past makes him another principal suspect in these murders.
Very interesting. Any other findings?
It would seem that Grimble and Richards are old associates. They were both intimately involved in the sale and transfer of the Fairfax Theatre. These two make quite a pair, don't you agree?
Well, Lestrade, I'll keep my thoughts on these matters secret for the moment.
Bah,
For
you're
the
not
moment.
playing according to Hoyle. Really, Holmes, you must at least tell me your opinions on Richards.
Mr. Richards is an intelligent person. He is a man of great personal resources. If I
The
had
game is nearly
power of
over,
the
guys.
yard at
It's
my
nearly
disposal,
over. We've
I would
nearly
take
finished
all
this
steps necessary.
terrible
to ensure that Mr.
audio
Richards
bullshit.
Is secure within a prison cell, and the sooner the better for all concerned. When the case involves murder, it is not wise to underestimate any possibilities.
You are a good man, Holmes. I swear upon my name that within the space of an hour our friend Mr. Richards will be warming a cold cell at Dartmoor.
Very well, my friend. By the way, I would like to see you tomorrow at Sherringford Hall to discuss in greater detail some of the more puzzling elements of this case. Can I expect you?
I hope
I
so,
would not
because
miss it
I
for the
really
world.
need this to just
It's
be
most
explained to
fortunate
me.
that Miss Bromsby also invited me to the hall. I was told they had good news to share, and it seems to me an engagement announcement must be at hand.
So, we shall see you
It's
tomorrow.
been 5
Let us
fucking
return to
days.
Baker Street.
Why engaged?
Well, is Lestrade right? This case does seem
Lestrade.
resolved.
There is but one piece missing that I need to complete this puzzle. Oh, it's not very important from the criminal point of view, but from the economic aspects of this case, it is essential. Regarding the question of whether Lestrade is correct, I will give you 2 items that should provide the answer that you seek. The first is a table representing the shoe sizes of the main characters in this case.
Yay,
Examine
shoes!
it carefully, Watson.
Oh, I've got... Oh, fucking hell. Look at this ghetto motherfucker.
Mr. Holmes?
You a new rapper? You look like one.
Ah, this would be Mycroft. Here is the final piece, which completes our puzzle, Watson.
Would this be the second element?
What second element?
You have just said that in order to determine if Lestrade is correct, I would need to consider 2 items. You told me about the shoe sizes, and I ask if this news article is the second clue.
Oh, no account. The second clue is a question. A very simple question. The answer will take the grass under the feet of several English citizens. Or if they cannot even guess the answer to this question, they are for the gallows. The question is as follows. Watson, do you think that Horace Fowler slept with a cushion? It seems to me that we have gathered all the key elements, Watson. However, before we retire, let's summarize our
They
findings.
fucking giggle because I sleep with a body
Be
pillow.
answered yes or no, and justified by the evidence or testimony received during the investigation.
Right, you need to shut the fuck up because I need to know what this shit is. Right, there she is with that guy and whoever that is. Taking a selfie on his mobile phone in 18 whatever year it is. Early in the morning, the lifeless body of Mr. Raymond Waters, a well-known engineer, was found on the lane to the market district. At an early point in the investigation, it was found that a brawl was the cause of his unfortunate demise. The date of his funeral service has not yet been announced. Tragic. Right, quiz it. And because I cannot be bothered thinking, let's cheat. Are there several sets of keys? Yes, we know this because we have them. It's the Bruce Ashton dialogue, apparently. Fucking click on all this shit so it stops being pink. Oh my god, there's so many. Yeah, that one, please. Nice. Did one of the actresses lose a red hair? Yes, she did. It was the actress that lost it. It was Doris, right? It's Doris? Miss Sullivan. It's not Doris. Miss Sullivan? Miss Sullivan. There she is. Right, question 3. Could the discovery in the dressing room be connected to the case? Oh, probably. Yes. Justify with the red section. Sherringford Hall evidence in the kitchen near the dustbin. Doris Johnson, fuck off. Wait, that's ages ago. Hall evidence in the kitchen near the dustbin. Yeah, the red hair, I remember. Wait. Uniform button. That's the one. Yeah. It wants 2 though. Oh, and Aston dressing room evidence. Oh. Yeah, that one. Perfect. Question 4. Could the writing on the message to Veronica Davenport be found elsewhere? Yes, apparently. French visit card. That's way up here and all. And antiques dealer document. There it is. Right, yeah, nailed it.
It is simplicity
Fucking
itself.
simplicity,
we have answered
motherfucker.
all the questions.
Congratulations, you've successfully completed your investigation. The following questions are optional and you do not have to answer them correctly to reach the last step of the game. But we're going to. Who killed Sir Bronsby? It was motherfucking Horace Fowler. Spoilers. No, nobody. Nobody killed him. Where's Horace Fowler? He's not. It's literally not an option. Oh. They've hidden them. It's Harrington. Who's Harrington? Still not an option. Lieutenant Harrington, thank you. Wait, isn't he the guy that's trying to do the marrying? Why can I still not see his name? There he is. You dirty dickhead. Who killed Horace Fowlett? Bray Wyatt Collins. Who killed Johansson? Joffreys. Jeffries? Where is Jeffries? I don't see Jeffries. Jeffries is not here. We must have missed a clue at some point. Wait, no? Oh, I thought I saw it then. I can't come out the quiz to look at my stuff. This is bullshit. Jeffries. Am I genuinely missing something? Where is Jeffries? There is no Jeffries. Who killed Davenport? Jeffries! The answer is Jeffries again. You are taking the fucking piss here, fam. I know it says it doesn't matter, but I mean it fucking does, doesn't it? Fire last night. Arson. Mega. Road smells. I got the shits. Oh yeah, yeah. You said someone set your neighbour's car on fire. That's not good. Who killed Jeffries? Apparently no one. Actually, no one is the answer this time. Who killed Hunter? Who the fuck's Hunter? Harrington is the answer. Oh, Hunter's the barman. And Harrington is not an answer we have either, so... yeah, let's just move on. I don't give a shit.
Cabby?
Targeted. Man was rocking a bimmer as well, right? Rough, that dude.
Mr. Holmes, Dr. Watson, I feel relieved that everything is settled. The inspector told me that you were not as useful as you had hoped in this case, but you did your best, and I am grateful to you.
Dear Lestrade, well, the inspector deliberately minimized my role in this matter so that I could reveal a secret to you.
I wish Lieutenant Harrington could be here now, but...
He had to leave for London on a very urgent business.
But how could you know?
It is my business to know, Miss Bromsby. Thus, I am able to tell you about the case
Brand
of
new
the
Audi.
silver
Oh,
earring.
mate.
Everything begins on that sad afternoon.
Wonder what he
which was
did.
to celebrate your birthday and ended with the untimely death of your
Right, we've got to
father.
focus.
Miss Bromsby, you did not murder your father. I kissed your hand that day and did not detect even the slightest smell of gunpowder. I also discovered powder traces that proved the shot was fired from behind the second side door. You were not seen at that door, but where did the murderer go after taking his shot? Everyone who tried to exit through the side entrance found it blocked. According to witnesses and other evidence, none of the guests could have possibly been the murderer, because they were all present in the ballroom. No one left through the service door, and traces confirm that no one could have fled by using the staircase. The windows in the kitchen, as elsewhere in the manor, were
Oh, his
appointed
legs
with
are there.
bars.
Well,
Thus,
not
they
there,
offered
even.
no escape.
It's even better.
So did he vanish into thin air? In fact,
Oh,
one
he's
of the
gone
parties
gozeyed
did
again.
leave the
Yay.
ballroom and went to the kitchen corridor. He left to meet his accomplice, who was not an invited guest. This accomplice was a professional actor who was disguised to resemble our missing invitee. This guest hid under voile in the shadow of a statue and waited for his moment. Meanwhile, his twin acted out his part in the ballroom and provided the murderer with a perfect alibi. When the killer heard the applause, he left his hiding place, aimed, took his shot, and hit his target. It is important to know that the actor was well placed at the manor. He secured entry to the manor by impersonating a French head waiter. Using his position, he persuaded those in charge to use long tablecloths and to arrange the tables in a most peculiar manner. When the shooting occurred, our actor joined the crowd and rapidly crept across the room, concealed under the tables. As he neared the side door, he rose from beneath the last table and acted as if he had been jostled and fallen. However, as he stood, he accidentally snagged a small piece of his dirty glove upon a chair. When he arrived at the door, which was held closed by the murderer, he tapped on it using a prearranged code and was allowed entry. He exited to the corridor while his partner continued to hold the door shut against all others. The actor discarded his disguise in the deep kitchen well, helped himself to 2 bottles of excellent whiskey, and quietly went outside. The assassin waited several minutes. Then, in the last seconds of the confusion, he returned to the ballroom. Thus, we have the crime committed by an individual whom everyone swears was in the room when the shot was fired.
But this agrees with my conclusions.
I know,
Richard is an
right?
actor, and everyone swears that Grimble was in the room. I didn't consider the course of events as you described, Holmes, but admitted, our deductions agree. Moreover, both of these suspects are similar in size and manner.
Your theory presumes that Grimble is an excellent shot, which is false. It also takes on faith that Sir Bromsby had discovered the misappropriations, supplying Grimble his motive, but irrefutable proof that neither Grimble nor Richards were guilty waited at Horace Fowlett's, the matter of his pillow.
But there was no pillow at Horace Fowlett's.
Nevertheless, Mr. Fowlett slept with one. When I
Fucking
arrived
music.
at his home, I believed him already dead. Therefore, the news of his hasty departure came as no surprise. From the evidence obtained at his home and the statements of his neighbour, I learned the following. On the evening of his death, Mr. Fowlett was visited by a man who desired to sell him some exotic trifle. While this man distracted Mr. Fowlett, a second man
Was there
quietly
pineapple
crept
in it?
into the
Mango?
house and tried to open his safe. This individual was well acquainted with the house and the location of the safe, but when he failed to open it, he most likely became enraged and killed Mr. Fowlett. This individual, Miss Bromsby, was your cousin, Wyatt Collins, who returned to England under the name Johansson.
But what about this pillow?
Mr. Fowlett's pillow had vanished. Later, Dr. Watson discovered a feather from the pillow in the train compartment used by the man who impersonated Fowlett. But why did Fowlett's impersonator take the pillow, and why didn't the station manager notice it? Mr. Fowlett was short, but very portly. In order to imitate him, the man used the pillow to create the appearance of a stouter man. There is no other explanation. This man was a much leaner man than Mr. Fowlett, Mr. Grimble, or Mr. Richards.
Then, Holmes, who did murder Sir Bromsby? And for what reason?
You'll see, Lestrade, when it's a question of multiple murders, except for the deviant ones, there are 2 primary motives, revenge and greed. Wyatt Collins' presence at Fowlett's tells us his motive was about Bromsby's wealth. He went there for the express purpose of stealing the will so that he would receive at least a portion of Bromsby's estate. If his uncle had died with no will found, Collins would have been entitled to a share of the inheritance under English law.
But if my cousin failed in his attempt and the evidence clears my name, though I am to inherit, why were my father and cousin murdered? Besides, tomorrow I am to announce my engagement and will be married soon.
Holmes, hold on. There is a flaw in your reasoning. There is only one key for the door to the cement factory, and Grimble is the only person known to have it. So he must be directly involved in the murder of Johansson. I mean Collins.
Is that true, Lestrade? Mr. Richards told me that there was indeed a second key which was lost. And have you forgotten the murder of the barman hunter? A young man without any criminal record, whose sole interests were painting and flowers. Why was he murdered in cold blood, with no signs of forceful entry or theft at his lodgings? Simply put, he was killed because he was present when your father was murdered. But why Hunter? What did he see or hear? And above all, how did he acquire the earring of Miss Veronica Davenport, the leading actress of the Fairfax Theatre?
Cheers, Mike. Thanks for coming through, bro.
I can stand this no more. My thoughts are
Deuces.
dazed.
See you next time,
Will you
bro.
finally reveal who murdered my father?
The murderer? Here he comes now. I understand your feelings of incredulity, but I have never been more serious. You must know that the first person who enters this room is the murderer of your father, Miss Bromsby, and I will provide irrefutable proof of their guilt.
Well, good afternoon, gentlemen. You made the right choice to leave London. It is unbearably foggy.
Fucking
But
fog.
Lavinia, darling, what's going on?
She knows.
But how? I mean, what? What does she know?
But how? First thing
Whatever
he
do you
says,
mean?
dickhead.
Oh no, you understand me clearly, Mr. Harrington, and you also, Spencer. Or should I say, Mr. Jeffries?
Explain yourself, Mr. Holmes. What a monstrous misunderstanding.
Oh, I've just explained myself to Miss Bromsby about the truth of her father's murder, but I can tell the story again from the very beginning. It begins several years ago. Wyatt Collins, the nephew of Mr. Bromsby, is forced by his uncle to leave England for South America. His hatred is fostered by the ingratitude he perceives in Sir Bromsby. Wasn't his uncle's career financed by his mother's money? In Collins' mind, Melvyn Bromsby owes him an eternal debt of gratitude, and was thus obliged to finance Collins' indolent lifestyle, fulfilling his every need. Here is our first criminal, Wyatt Collins. Then we have you, Mr. Harrington. You were a brilliant student at the military academy, and are an excellent shot, are you not? You were the only person at the reception with sufficient skills to make the shot that took Sir Bromsby's life. During my investigation, I learned that ex-officers of Her Majesty's Army enjoy great favour around the world for administrative positions. You left India and made your way to Brazil, where you obtained the position as warden of the prison in Guaquiamo. Do not try to deny your presence there. The pictures in your hunting portfolio could have been taken nowhere else in the world except Guaquiamo. We now have our second criminal, Lieutenant Harrington. Mr. Jeffries, your arrival in Guaquiamo set things in motion. The theatre company had come to Brazil as part of their worldwide tour. You had been involved with the lovely Veronica Davenport, and loved her with a passionate yet possessive love. However, Miss Davenport did not share your affections. She had in fact tried several times to end your affair prior to the company's arrival in Guaquiamo. It seems she was truly devoted to Dwight Richards and would never leave him. After you arrived, you frequented the town's bawdier spots. This is where you first met Mr. Harrington, and you quickly became close companions. It seems tedium and heartbreak do bring certain people together. After the performance, maddened by alcohol and grief, you killed Miss Davenport because she had rejected your love. You then fled to your newfound friend, the warden, to confess your crime and beg for his help. In a show of friendship, he helped dispose of her corpse and directed suspicions towards your rival, Dwight Richards. Afterwards, you lay low, leaving the others to believe that you had been killed or had gone missing. You stayed hidden until they had departed, and you must have kept Miss Davenport's earring as some morbid souvenir. No doubt you also retained not only the key to the Fairfax Theatre, but the keys from Aston's, where you had been employed several years earlier. Here, then, is our third felon, Mr. Jeffries. Life was difficult in Brazil for our trio. Mr. Jeffries rarely went out, Mr. Harrington's men were talking behind his back, and Mr. Collins' funds were inadequate. One evening, Collins spoke of his cousin, who, in a few months' time, was to return to England from finishing school. She was also the sole heir to one of the greatest fortunes in England. Imagine these three men besotted with alcohol, considering the wealth that would one day pass to this slip of a girl. A terrible plan was devised. Several days later, they left for England, false papers for two of their party in hand, resolved to seize a portion, if not all, of this great inheritance.
Incredible!
Yes, incredible, and horribly true. At first, their plan was to forge a duplicate will or destroy the original,
Why?
so that Mr. Collins would receive a
Do we
share
not
of
just
the
had
estate.
all of that as a cutscene?
This would happen soon enough, as they would murder Sir Bromsby at his daughter's birthday reception.
Better sound.
It was essential that Collins enter the country under false papers, so that neither his uncle nor the authorities would be alerted to his presence in England. This would avoid any suspicion attaching him for his uncle's death when he arrived to claim his inheritance. They quickly put their plans into effect. Mr. Jeffries arrived at the household in the guise of a stylish French head waiter and studied the lay of the manor. Mr. Harrington, the assassin, would accompany a person with rather poor eyesight to the reception, so that the illusion of the fake Mr. Harrington would go unchallenged. As the head waiter, Jeffries was in a unique position to study the guest list. He quickly learned that two of the guests, Miss Rowntree and Colonel Patterson, had both poor eyesight and were unaccompanied. Lieutenant Harrington was quite busy in the days before the reception. He courted Miss Rowntree with great dedication and made fast friends with the Colonel. He hoped to secure one, if not two, invitations to the reception. Your arrival as the Colonel's guest was your first error, Harrington. Is it credible that a young officer who left the army because of his hatred towards all military authority would easily befriend a man who embodies everything that he detests? But your efforts bore fruit, and you obtained your invitation. Mr. Jeffries, as head waiter, took great care that the tables and tablecloths were arranged specifically to accommodate their schemes. Mr. Jeffries then secured the disguise for his role as the false Lieutenant Harrington. He remembered that an officer's uniform, similar to Lieutenant Harrington's, and a red wig, identical to the colouring of the lieutenant's hair, were in storage at the Fairfax Theatre. He learned that the company had taken up residence at the site of the old Aston Theatre, for which he still had the key. It was therefore a simple matter for him to acquire these items for his masquerade. They now only lacked the will, which Mr. Collins presumed was kept at Flowlet's house. Their plan was to take these papers prior to the murder of Sir Bromsby, so that Flowlet would be unaware of either their presence or substitution until it was too late. But things went badly. Mr. Jeffries tried to divert Mr. Flowlet, but he must have been alerted by some noise, as Collins struggled vainly to open the safe. Upon being discovered, Collins killed Flowlet on the spot. The two conspirators then left the house in such a way that witnesses believed it was Flowlet himself who had left. They would now have to find another way to get hold of the money, because no doubt Sir Bromsby had disinherited Collins in favour of his daughter. They decided to take the money from his daughter, a young, naive and vulnerable young woman. On the day of reception, Mr. Harrington arrived with Jeffries, disguised as his servant Spencer and the Colonel.
Horrible cunts.
With the promise of whiskey, Jeffries easily secured the unwitting aid of two fellow servants and assumed a position at the service door. He wagered that he could pinch 2 or 3 good bottles of liquor from the kitchen if his companions would cover for him. I have just explained what happened next. After the shooting, he took 2 bottles of excellent whiskey. Only someone knowledgeable would have taken these 2 bottles over the others, and Mr. Jeffries had been formerly employed at a luxurious hotel in France. Upon his return, he gave an accounting to his fellow servants, did his hair, and left the manor. The promised delivery of the liquor and his frightened look secured the 2 men's cooperation in providing his alibi. They could not have known his true role in these events. The one problem for the conspirators was the barman Simon Hunter. He had perfect eyesight, unlike the Colonel, and realized that the man who claimed to be near the bar at the time of the murder had in fact lied. He hinted as much to Mr. Harrington and most certainly intended blackmail. As they were short on funds, the accomplices gave him Miss Davenport's earring as collateral and pledged to return with the money he demanded. That night, when Lieutenant Harrington visited us in London, he had just come from Simon Hunter's. Hunter had told Harrington that the earring had been pawned and he would not reveal the name of the shop unless Harrington paid him his money. Mr. Harrington ruthlessly killed Hunter, and the earring so precious to Mr. Jeffries was lost. Earlier that morning, Jeffries lured Collins to the cement factory on the pretext of fabricating false evidence against Grimble.
It's unbelievable.
But they no
how this
longer
fucking
needed
explanation
Collins
goes
to
on for,
acquire
isn't
the
it?
Bromsby fortune. Mr. Harrington would wed the young heiress, then, after a reasonable time, they would cause her untimely death, and they would take it all. So Mr. Jeffries murdered Collins and made sure his body was barely recognizable. If he was identified, it would not affect their plans, as they believed leaving the corpse at the cement factory would direct suspicion towards Grimble. When Mr. Harrington came to see us, he learned we were hot on Collins' trail and had traced his movements up to the factory. He assumed we would go there within the hour and left to quickly round up his associates and devise a plan. Jeffries, from his days at the Fairfax Theatre, knew an Asian of questionable talents who had no visible ties with this case and could attack us without drawing suspicion their way. We avoided this attack, and from that moment I was convinced of Lieutenant Harrington's involvement in the conspiracy. The last elements of proof were revealed at the vagrants' camp near the monastery outside of London. Mr. Jeffries had tramped through England in his past and might have thought to hide Collins in the forest near the Richmond's Abbey. The very day that I was there, he tried to destroy all evidence of Collins' murder. Fortunately, he did not manage to destroy everything. It seems Collins, foreseeing his possible death, left a small surprise for his accomplices. It would be easily missed, except by someone who observes all and misses nothing.
But this is merely some draft to lull us to sleep, Mr. Holmes. Lavinia, surely you can't believe these mad accusations? They arise from nothing. What proof do you offer for what you say? None.
Believe what you will, Mr. Harrington. I will warn you that Mr. Collins left a letter written in his own hand, which named yourself and Mr. Jeffries and accused you both of complicity in the murder of his uncle. At this very moment, Inspector Lestrade's men are conducting a search of your rooms. They will find the evidence that, when added to the accusations within this letter, will prove your guilt beyond all doubt. The Chirapaqui cigarettes, your portfolio, as well as a feather from the pillow which was taken from Horace Fowlett's. These items prove my deductions. I suggest we wait here for their arrival with these proofs, and I assure you our wait will be brief.
Bravo, Mr. Holmes. Well done. Accept my apologies, my dear Lavinia. I think under the circumstances it would be best if we postponed our engagement. I'm sorry for your father, but what do you expect? We had to give it our best shot.
Where is the earring now? You will tell me, where is it? Unless you tell me at once where the earring is, no one will leave this room alive. Don't you understand? You are all going to die.
Yeah, alright, mate.
They are all yours, Lestrade. I suggest you return with your agents to London as soon as possible. Thank you, Mr. Grimble, for literally applying my precepts. Watson, let us escort Miss Bromsby to her rooms. She will need her rest.
Holmes, Collins never named either Harrington or Jeffries in his letter.
Indeed, Watson, but they could not have known. I played my bluff, and they believed
mad,
me.
really.
And Grimble,
Imagine Sir
where
Arthur
did he
Conan
appear
Doyle
from?
thinking,
You can
like,
now boast that one of the
way
most
back in the
influential
day.
men in England served as your driver.
Well, first of all,
Since
video
my
games
visit
might be
to
a thing.
Fowlett's, I knew that
And,
Grimble
like,
had
his
nothing to do
creation
with this
is
crime. I
still
asked him to
so
assist with the
relevant,
investigation,
even
and
now,
it was at my
in the
request
year
that he took steps
2021.
to acquire Bromsby Enterprises. He gained us precious time by forcing Harrington and
Really,
Jeffries
really
to wait
wanted to be a
and
new
see
Guy
if Miss
Ritchie
Bromsby would
Sherlock film
inherit.
with
He ran quite a risk in
RDJ.
doing me this favour,
That'd be so
because
good.
their plot then turned against him. I also asked him to send the letter which lured the two murderers away from the hall. I needed a moment to explain everything to Miss Lavinia. It would be dreadful if she fell into the hands of her father's killer. From the beginning, Grimble was concerned only with saving her inheritance. He never once doubted her innocence.
Nevertheless, didn't he misappropriate
Gozide
those
fuck.
funds?
Indeed, but not for his own profit. It was solely to protect his friend Bromsby. An ex-architect with whom he had quarrelled, a Mr. Waters, had contacted Sir Bromsby before
I
this intrigue
fucking
began.
love Sherlock Holmes.
Waters learned from Captain Bowie that Sir Bromsby had encouraged certain actions against workers hired to build a bridge in India.
We need to
That
watch that
project
box
was
set
the
I've got
bridge
of
over the
all the
Kalidasa
old
Abyss.
TV episodes
Waters blackmailed
again.
Bromsby from afar. Grimble received
Like
the
the
letters
classic
and
ones, I'm
considered
talking
them
like
to be quite
70s,
serious.
80s.
He knew his hot-tempered friend well,
I think.
and preferred to conceal the blackmail attempt for fear
Maybe
of
80s,
disastrous
90s.
consequences. So Grimble made regular payments to Waters in exchange for his silence. Unfortunately,
Not the more modern ones,
Collins
though I enjoy
discovered
those
the
as well.
arrangement while he was working at the
Though I
cement
did find a
factory
YouTube video
and
the other
threatened to
day
reveal
that goes on for nearly 2
Grimble
hours
could not
explaining
afford
why
for
the
that to occur.
recent Sherlocks
He managed to rid
are
himself
shit.
of Collins by sending him to Fowlet. Then it was Bromsby's turn to discover the blackmail by sheer accident. He was angered, but before he could decide his next move, Mr. Waters died suddenly and removed all threat. When Grimble learned that Waters had died, he confessed all to Bromsby. He noted that the money paid was a pittance when measured against Bromsby enterprises, and that the same amount could now be applied in other ways. India had enriched them so greatly, and Bromsby had been cursed over the harm done to the Indian people in his employment. It was decided that these same funds would now be sent on a monthly basis to a Bombay orphanage in the care of a Sergeant Brahamai. It is possible that Bromsby intended to increase his patronage, and this was the important news he intended to reveal to the press at his daughter's reception. It was she who had harshly reproached him regarding his behavior towards the Indians in his employ. Do you remember the words from that poem which he had written into his notes? It said that the ungrateful always die miserably.
Indeed, Holmes. But there is one thing that I still don't understand. Why did you ask Lestrade to put Richards behind bars? He wasn't guilty of any crime, but you treated him as a murderer.
I advised Lestrade that it would be prudent to place Richards in custody so we could protect him from harm. Mr. Richards is a wise and intelligent man. He would have recognized Harrington and Jeffries on sight. When he realized that Jeffries was alive and that I possessed the missing earring, he would have drawn the same conclusions as I. So this investigation would have been stopped cold by 1 or 2 more murders.
I see.
Well, Watson, you seem to know everything. Tell me, please, that small missive which I can see on the desk. It contains 2 invitations to the opera's opening night, does it not? If so, we shall finally have our opportunity to hear this marvelous soprano. Well, what do you say, Watson?
We did it! With massive amounts of help from the internet. But we did it. Anyone ever read any Sherlock Holmes? I know we've probably all seen a TV show, an old one, a more recent one, a movie, or a video game. But has anyone actually ever read some Sherlock Holmes? It's like fucking... Sorry, the music's really loud. I do really rate the writings of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. I've not read any Holmes for... Fuck, maybe a couple of decades at this point. No, a little less than that. We had a book that had a few stories in it. Fuck me, I wonder where that is. I wonder if my dad's still got it. I hope he does. I'd hate to think that it became part of my collection now. I've just lost it. Because that's the sort of stupid shit I do. Welcome back. I just asked the question, has anyone read any Holmes? Not just, seen an old show, seen the more recent BBC, I think it's BBC, isn't it? The Sherlock one with Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman, or video games, or the movies, the more recent movies by Guy Ritchie with Robert Downey Jr. and that other bloke as Watson that I forget the name of off the top of my head. Have you read any Holmes? I like it. I've read many a tale. And there's something really nice about reading, like, the mysteries, but it being Holmes is cool. Anyway, right. I was hoping to start my my Canopy stream at past, and that is in less than a minute, so that's unlikely. because I want to take a 10-minute breather between streams. So just hang around. I need to set up some new art. Don't worry, I've already made it. That's why I didn't start. It doesn't matter. I've already set up the art. I just need to put it in place, prep our playlist, and then we should be good to go. So cool. Just stay around. There'll be a new stream soon. Remember, everybody, important life lessons are, of course, or an important lesson of life. Is it a lesson of life, or is it just a thing that you should keep close to you during life? And that is, of course, live, laugh, Limp Bizkit. Deuces.